Hey guys, it's Paradise, and if you like the summons in the game like the Mimic, you should probably check out Jolan and Anna as a Spirit Ash summon. You may not know this, but Jolan and Anna are a new summon that some people have been saying are the absolute best new summon added in the DLC because of its ability to quickly build up and deal bleed damage and hack away at targets. To get this cool new summon, you have to complete a specific order of events from a secret quest in the DLC. So in this video, we wanted to show you how to get it and give you a rundown on how it performs against the Mimic in a quick head-to-head. There definitely are some interesting things going on about this summon that you will want to know about. There's always an ongoing discussion about summoning in general and about the use of them, but let us know which side of the debate do you land on. Personally, I like having the options of the Mimic, not just from a gameplay perspective though, but from the fact that it is just cool to be able to summon a clone of yourself that is actually competent, which is normally not the case in many games. But let's dive in and show you how to get this summon first. The quest you need to complete is the Ymir and Jolan questline. This quest is long and complex, and we do have a full walkthrough guide on the channel if you guys want some more guidance to refer to. But completing this questline is needed in order to get the outcome of choosing this summon as the reward, and we will give you a quick cut version of what you need to do if you don't want to watch the entire video walkthrough. You need to go to the Cathedral of Manus Meta, which you can get to by going through Bonnie Village over the double bridges and follow the road up until you eventually get there and you can talk to Ymir. This is someone that is a follower of the stars and sorcery. Exhaust all of the dialogue options that he has for you, and he will give you a ruins map that will point you in the direction of a Finger Ruins. The actual area we need to get to for this is the Finger Ruins of Rhea. If you haven't been there yet, you need to get access to the Cerulean coast, and it is a long route that you will need to do to get there, but you can access the Finger Ruins by following the general path that we've plotted here on the map. After you get to the actual ruins, you will need to ring a bell and then head back to the cathedral. This time you need to do the same as before, talk to Ymir and he'll give you another map for a second Finger Ruins. But this time make sure you talk to Jolan, which is standing in the corner next to the pillar. Exhaust all of the conversation options with both of them, and then head to the Finger Ruins of Dio. To get to this part of the map, you will need to head to the Shadowkeep back gate and use the Oh Mother gesture to open a secret doorway. If you don't know, you can get the Oh Mother gesture at the back of Bonnie Village. Once you are in the Shadowview Hinterlands area, you can then head to this location on the map and ring the bell. Make sure to avoid the weird snake boys on the way, and they will shoot spells at you which can knock you off your horse. After the second bell has been rung, go back to the cathedral and talk to our new favourite friends Ymir and Jolan again and exhaust all of their dialogue. From here, you need to stay in the cathedral, but you need to reset the area by fast travelling to the Site of Grace. This time when you go back inside, you will need to walk up to the throne where Ymir was sitting and interact with it. This opens up a hidden area. Climb down and walk forwards and get ready for a fight as you're about to take on the invader called the Sword Hand of the Night Anna. After defeating her, you then get the Claws of Night, which is supposedly a top tier weapon at the moment, but then we need to go back up and talk to Jolan about the encounter, so head back up and choose the option to tell her about it. After this, it's now time for a big boss battle, and it's a remembrance boss too. So prep up, head back down to the secret area, and ring the bell at the end to be warped into a new area where you need to confront the boss, Meta Mother of Fingers. This boss has very long combos, so be prepared to do multiple dodge rolls before you can actually get some damage in. After you've finally defeated the boss, grab the Grace Point and fast travel back to the cathedral where it's time for some more fights. This time you go against Jolan and then Ymir. Once you've defeated both of them, just rest at the nearby Site of Grace, and from here you can talk to Jolan, and this time you can choose to get either the summon or a very cool weapon called the Sword of Night as your reward, depending which iris you give to her. For this video, we will want to get the summon, so we're going to give her the Iris of Grace. You can find this in the Shadowkeep near the storehouse first floor Grace Point. Then take the lift down and jump over the balcony and grab it in the back of this room. If you have the Eye of Grace, you can then give it to her and receive her Spirit Ash as a summon. But this isn't the complete summon, as there's a second part that we can combine with it to receive an even better version. So fast travel to the Hinterlands and follow this path. So from the Grace Point, mount up and follow the linear path as we are. What we're going to do is take a right up ahead and head towards the Shaman Village. I really love this area, how flowery and green it is, even though we're in the realm of shadow. I think it's a really cool zone. It's a shame that it's quite hidden, because I wonder if a lot of players will actually miss out on this area. But as we said, we're going to take this right sort of turn and head up into this village. And you'll see just ahead, if you haven't been here before, there's actually an incantation that you can pick up at this little tree, which is a pretty cool healing incantation. Obviously, watch out for the tree sentinels if you haven't taken them out, but you should just be able to ride past like we are. So there's the minor Erdtree incantation if you want to grab that while you're here, and just keep heading through the village as you can see we are to the very top. There's going to be some parkour up ahead, which is going to get a little crazy, but don't worry, if you just follow our path, you should be able to do it, or at least know what you need to do, and it can take a few tries. So you can see right at the top of the cliff, there's a drop down with a little area below, but don't actually fall here. You won't actually survive the fall. Instead, go to the west and you'll see there's a little rocky, not really a pathway, but a sort of area leading to this lower section, which is a lot safer to take. And as you can see, we're then running to the south and there is another drop down, which we can survive. And we're just making our way lower and lower down this kind of area, as eventually you'll see the tower below, which is what we need to get into. So just gently make your way down on your horse. Remember, you have the double jump to recover if you need it, and just keep going down and down until you'll see a little balcony on the tower that we can basically run and jump into. Remember, on the horse, it can go a little quicker than you're expecting, but you do have that double jump if you need it. So fall down onto the balcony. Be very careful like we are. If you keep running at the tower, you should survive just like we did if you actually go on the outside. But just inside, you'll find Anna. Once you've arrived, you will then need to interact with the body, and this lets you combine them together to create the Jolan and Anna summon. Now you have the summon, let's go over what they do and how they stack up against the Mimic in our short testing session. It's really cool that you can get 2 NPC summons which are very aggressive, even more so than the Mimic. They carry different weapons, one of them having the Sword of Night and the other having the Claws of Night. Perhaps the coolest thing about them is that they can build up and inflict bleed, allowing them to quickly trigger massive damage. If you're currently using a bleed build as well, you can rapidly start proccing a ton of bleed very quickly on bosses when all 3 of you are wailing on it. However, something that's been raised by the community is their base damage, which seems to be bugged or just balanced too low at the moment, as they deal very little damage even when fully maxed out. People are stating that if you leave them at +9, they deal a lot more damage than they do at +10. And this, combined with the fact that they don't have much health either, kind of makes them like a glass cannon summon. We put them up against the Mimic in a quick test, where we let both types of summons fight by themselves to see how they acted and how much damage they would deal. For us, the Mimic still came out on top, but Jolan and Anna came very close in terms of pure damage. They did take a lot more damage in return though, and they also require a minimum of 25 mind in order to summon them, so you have the 144 FP needed to actually use them. If they weren't bugged out at +10, this summon would probably be nuts and possibly even closer to the Mimic. But we will have to wait and see if FromSoft will actually fix this, as currently if you upgrade them, they have the same stats even at max level. All in all, they are definitely a good summon and probably the best of all the new summons, even if they are currently bugged. So if they do get fixed, it'll be very interesting to see how powerful they could be. So what do you think about all of this, and have you tried them? Do you have any thoughts on whether it's bugged or not? Tell us down below. And subscribe for more Elden Ring coming your way very, very soon.